Hello, friends. Welcome back to another Wednesday night Q&A. Don't mind me just sipping on my water while we wait for everything to get set up. Let's see here. Looks like we are live. Who knows if a notification's going out or not? No one knows anymore. But let me get everything set up so that I can see your comments. Oh, it doesn't want to load. Cool. We're doing great. Off to a great start tonight. Brett, hello. I see you. I don't see anyone else yet because our video doesn't want to load. All right. Well, let me see what I can do here. 19 people here, which means notifications probably did not go out.
What I can do here.
Whoops. And I don't want to hear myself talk. Okay. Whew. Sheesh. Okay. Jermaine, hello. I cannot believe that you are skipping Big Brother right now. Chris, Martin, Mike, hello. Sydney, Jeff, Ron, hello. I can see you now. Thank you. Sorry about that, man. Jeez Louise. I say this every week, but it's always something. Every time I get ready to start, something goes wrong. This time the video just didn't want to load. All right. DMS says, got my Dr. Pepper and popcorn. Let's do this. DMS is bringing back the snack talk from a couple weeks ago. Love it. All right. I think that the video might just be behind a little bit too. So, okay. All right. We'll just work with what we've got, and that's okay. Deborah, hello. G-Money, hello. Yeah, definitely let me know when you're here, because it looks like people are trickling in a little slowly tonight. Jermaine came back to reclaim his catchphrase. Yeah, somebody did use it last week, so Jermaine, watch your back, man. Oh, Brett saw Black Widow on IMAX, and it was awesome. Very cool. Still haven't watched it yet. How about the rest of you? Jeff is sipping on some iced tea. I've got my water, like always. Kirk, hello. Steve, hi. All right. So, Pam, hello. How is everyone doing, first of all? Soul J wants to know what the catchphrase is. Jermaine always says, let's cut some cords, and DMS is telling you to copyright that phrase immediately. Yep, for sure. You have to. And then you can start putting it on t-shirts and coffee mugs. It'll be great. Your own merch. Jeff says Tomorrow War wasn't too bad. I wanted to watch that the other day and could not get Amazon Prime to open. That almost never happens. Amazon Prime usually is super reliable for me. J Mac moved into an apartment. Congratulations. Hope the move went well. DMS says Black Widow had a great cast, but only a so-so story. Uh-oh. Oh, question for you guys. Did anyone watch the Jeff Bezos Blue Origin flight? I know it was a little early this morning, but let me know if you caught it. I definitely was watching the live stream just because, curiosity. Kind of fun to watch people get launched into space. And I was there for Wally Funk, who was is she 82 years old? And she went up with Jeff Bezos and his brother and the 18-year-old. So that was pretty cool. But did anyone else watch it? What did you guys think? NYC says, got the notification late. Hopefully I'm not late. Yeah, I know. Oh, okay, now we've got 82 people here. So yeah, it must have just gone out late for everybody. Hey, Craig. Jermaine says, saw it and the Richard Branson space launch also. I completely missed the first one. Forgot it was even happening, to be honest. Apparently this one went just a little higher up than that one. So they are really competing in this whole space race situation. Chris just got the notification. Okay, well, that's fine. Other people can join as they get it. Jeff, hello. How are you doing? Good to see some familiar faces here and some new ones. Jose says, speaking of space travel, I'm really enjoying the series For All Mankind on Apple TV Plus. Yeah, I have heard a couple of people talking about this today. Lots of people are super into it. Richard says he is a little bit late. You know what? Everyone's just now getting the notification, so you are right on time. Hey, Bill. Good to see you. Yeah, so there was a live stream of the launch today. We posted this morning, or was it yesterday? I'm getting all of my days mixed up. Anyway, yeah, we posted about how to watch the live stream. So I was definitely tuning in and thought it was pretty cool. I know people have a lot to say about this whole thing. And then Jeff Bezos, of course, made some kind of comment about how Amazon customers paid for this. And it's just been a little weird since then. But absolutely love Wally Funk. And sorry, my phone is over here lighting up. Wally Funk was making comments today that she really enjoyed going up. She was happy to do it, but she said that she had just kind of a so-so experience. She said she didn't get enough time up there. She said the view wasn't everything she hoped it would be, so they're gonna have to do a redo. What do I think about Fandango now buying Voodoo? Good question, Bill. Thank you. So this happened quite a while ago that Fandango now bought Voodoo from Walmart. So we've known for quite a while that this was going to happen. We had a post up about it where both companies were just saying, don't worry about your content right now, keep your account intact, everything's totally fine. But we did know that they were going to eventually combine the services and make people migrate their accounts. So not new information, but they are just now finally making that happen. So we have a post up about it, but basically Fandango now is sending out notifications. So whenever you go to the website now, you'll see a little message saying that they will soon be moving over to Voodoo. You don't have to do anything just yet. They will let you know when and how to set up your account over on Voodoo so that you will not lose any of your content. So if you have purchased content through Fandango now, you are good to go. You'll still be able to access it. You'll just have to do it through Voodoo. And same thing with Movies Everywhere. If you're using that service to watch content from Fandango now, you'll still be able to access it from Movies Everywhere, all the same devices. You will just have to sign up with your Voodoo account. So there's all of that. Happy to answer any questions if anyone has any. I know that can be a little bit confusing. Bill says I have accounts on both. Yeah, same. So I'm hoping that all of our content will just be merged over to Voodoo. Is there any way to get back to the old Fire Stick screen? I don't think so, Steve. I know not everyone is into all of these updates, but if anyone has any advice for Steve. AJ, yeah, we are here to help. If I don't have an answer for your questions, somebody in the chat probably will, so ask away. Rosie says, do you think Spectrum will get back on Roku? I do. I honestly expected it to happen a lot sooner than this. It seems like both sides are just being pretty stubborn about it. I do think that it'll happen eventually. I have no clue as to what that timeline will look like, unfortunately. We haven't heard anything from either side, so all a bit up in the air. And weirdly enough, that weekend when Spectrum apps were not opening on Roku, people were calling into Spectrum support asking for help, and the Spectrum customer support people were telling them to delete the app and re-download it. So even they didn't know that the app was no longer available in the Roku store. So it seems like there's some miscommunication going on there. Luck of the Drew, love your name, first of all. Recently upgraded my HD home run to their 4K. I run it to Plex DVR. 2 questions. Ooh, these ones, I hope I have an answer for you, but if I don't, someone in the comments chime in for sure. Why doesn't Plex TV have the broadcast listings for the ATSC 3.0 channels? My guess is that they will have to do some kind of update and they haven't done it yet. 2, why is there no audio? Ooh, I don't know why there wouldn't be any audio though. That's interesting. I would say if someone here doesn't have an answer for you, because I have no idea why the audio wouldn't be working, I would reach out directly to Plex, and I would do that through social media if you have it. All right. Oh, Bill, a message for you from Jeff, who mentioned this on Twitter last week, and I completely forgot about it. Jeff says that if you haven't already seen this, Top Gun 2 will be on IMAX October 11th. Since we were talking about that movie and going back to theaters last week. All right. Oh my gosh. Okay, so Steve says it doesn't look good for the Olympics this year. I think they're going to cancel tomorrow. I have no clue what's going on with the Olympics right now. Actually, while I'm thinking of it, hang on just a minute. I will post. We all know how I am whenever I start typing things. Cannot pay attention. TIJ says, finally caught alive. Hello, happy you're here. Okay, so about the Olympics. It's a mess right now. There have been COVID cases. I heard a story earlier today that Poland sent too many people. So after the athletes got there, they had to tell them, never mind, there's too many. Some of you have to go home, which can you imagine the disappointment that person must be going through? But yeah, so lots of COVID stuff going on. Really not sure what's happening with the Olympics right now. It seems like everything is still on as of now, but I don't know. Yeah, talk about a super spreader event. I can't imagine it being much worse. So we will all have to just kind of wait and see what happens here. But as of now, things are still a go. So yeah, Jim mentioned too that coverage has already started. You can click on that link I just pasted in the chat, and we have covered every single event happening every single day on every single channel in that post, and see that they are already doing, like, softball was tonight. There were a couple of other things that have already started too. So things have already started, but we will see what happens as this all progresses. Also, definitely click that link if you have any interest in what day or time an event is happening or what channel they will be on. I covered it all in that post, and let me tell you, I was just telling Philip, I feel like my fingertips were bleeding by the time I finished that post. There's a lot of info there, but I did figure out how to do a little table of contents. So if you scroll down to the schedule, I've written out all of the days, and you can just click on those to go straight to that day and see what's happening that day. So, okay, let's see here. Oh, Howard, yeah, you and a couple of others have reached out to me about this. Lots of issues on Peacock during WWE on Sunday. So a bunch of you were sending me messages. Unfortunately, I just wasn't home to go through them and get a post up about it. But yeah, it sounds like Peacock is really having some struggles with these WWE live events, especially. We haven't heard anything from them now. So hoping that... hoping that they will come out with some kind of statement, with some kind of plan about what they are planning to do about this stuff, because it's not the first time it's happened. NYC, I was just reading your comment, that's why I tripped over my words for a second. NYC says, I definitely remember Peacock glitching during MITB, went off on a rant on Twitter on why Peacock shouldn't just be a standalone app and should be a premium add-on. Yeah, it seems like like I said, this isn't the first time it's happened. I was hoping that they would kind of get it together quickly so that they could prevent it from happening over and over. But people were just having all kinds of issues over the weekend, so interested to see what their response is to all of this. Okay, let me scroll up here. Missed a couple of things. Oh, Luke is here. Hey, Luke. Thanks for being here. Interested to know what you think about this Olympic stuff. Please let us know. Oh, I also noticed today, Luke, you missed the conversation about Jeff Bezos and the Blue Origin's flight. I noticed that you mentioned on Twitter today that you would happily go to space if you could afford this enormous price tag that comes with it. So, everyone else chime in. Would you or would you not go to space with Jeff Bezos or anyone else? And yes, please do hit the like button on this video if you find these chats entertaining or fun at all. Please do. It helps us out. All right, let's see how Jeff says, don't get me started about Peacock's money in the bank issues. Yeah, again, it's been happening over and over. We have not yet heard anything from Peacock about what they're planning to do about it. I will try reaching out. I'm not sure how much of an answer I'll get either, but you never know. Blackworm says, Peacock has never really worked for me, so I stopped using it. I have had good luck with it, but I've only been watching on-demand content. I am not a WWE fan, so I've not run into issues, but I will tell you that lots of people have been reaching out to me about the issues they're having, so it's not just one person. Luke says, I would have been in space yesterday if I could. I don't know if I could do it. Can you imagine the minutes leading up to the launch? I just don't know if I could do it. G-Money, yeah, I'm with you. G-Money says, I think I'll let them test the space thing a few million times first. Yeah, completely agreed. Gary says, what is going on with the PBR Pro bull riding? So you may have seen that there is a PBR Pro bull riding channel that just launched on Twitter. So it's a standalone service, but they are putting some content over on Pluto TV. Did I say Twitter? I'm sorry. I'm reading and talking at the same time. Never works for me. Pluto TV added this PBR Pro bull riding channel, so you can see some select content from that channel over on Pluto. They are having like classic rodeo competitions, some newer ones too, so a little bit of everything. Jermaine says, I can't afford the SpaceX internet equipment, so definitely can't afford to go to space. Would love to go though. I don't know, I think I'm with G-Money. I'm gonna wait a while and see how it goes for everybody else. Luke says, there are too many streaming services. Peacock is one that I would pick to close if someone had to close today. So I think that I agree with you, but we have been talking in the last few weeks here on the Q&A about NBC's plan for Peacock. And my thought was, if they can really leverage all of the sports that they have in their arsenal, that they could really do something with it. And if they could kind of work out these glitches that they're having, maybe they could be known for being a sports streaming service. But I don't know. Now we know that they are trying to sell off their regional sports networks, so I think that I am not on the same page as NBC with Peacock. PBR Bull Riding Plus, oh gosh. I can't handle the Plus services. I can't do it anymore. They all just blur together in my brain. DMS says Peacock will get a boost from the Olympics. Yeah, completely agree. So again, if you check out that post that I put in the chat, you'll see all of the events and all the channels that you can stream them on. They will have quite a bit of coverage over on Peacock for those who have been asking. All of it will be on the free tier except for the men's basketball. So you'll be able to watch it all even with the free tier of Peacock. But my concern now is that if they're having these problems with WWE, won't they be having them also with the Olympics? And that's going to have a lot of people very, very upset. All right. Bill tells us every week, and I always repeat it because completely agree, this is a great deal, that he is using Philo for $10 a month thanks to T-Mobile. So if you're a T-Mobile customer and you have access to this deal, definitely take advantage of it. All right. Questions for Luke about what's going to happen if Peacock folds. What would be the fate of WWE Network and the other content on Peacock? Luke says he doesn't think that Peacock will close, but more likely will merge with Viacom CBS. And this is something that we were talking about a bit last week about how many streaming services have popped up lately and whether they can all stand on their own or if we're going to see more mergers like we've already started to see. So, yeah, I would agree with that. I would agree that it probably won't close, but that content has to go somewhere, so a merger absolutely makes sense. Yeah, Jermaine. Okay, so I thought of you guys whenever I saw this news today, and Tamara got a post up about it. Jermaine says, speaking of NBC, read that Netflix will be acquiring rights to Manifest. So really interesting story here. Manifest, as we know, got canceled. People were outraged, but whenever it got canceled, it really started spreading the word about how good this show is, and it quickly became the top watched show on Netflix. So I think that Netflix, well, they originally said that they were not going to bring it back for another season, but I think just because it got so popular so quickly, they were kind of forced to take another look at it. So for once, this fan outrage may have resulted in another season of a fan favorite show. Yes, okay, so Deborah says it's already on Netflix, and it is, but Jermaine is talking about them bringing it back for another season, which would be great for those of us who like this show. Tony says, I'm a Verizon customer. I get Disney Plus, Hulu, ESPN Plus, Discovery Plus, and Google Play Pass for free. Same here. And this morning, Verizon had their Q2 earnings report that came out. They, of course, lost cable customers, not surprising. But they also talked about how they are really focusing on their broadband and mobile, which all of these companies are, while they are busy losing cable customers. So Verizon talked about how they are focusing on offering their customers more of these deals. So for those of us who have Verizon, I do too, and get those same services for free, love it. We might be seeing some more offers. So we will keep an eye on deals that Verizon makes to bring more of these offers, more of this content to their customers. So for those of you who don't have Verizon, I know Bill just said that he has T-Mobile and is getting Philo for super cheap. For those of you who have a different mobile provider, let us know what kind of deals you're getting on streaming services. All right, Bill says, remember that Tubi has all of the Fox O&O stations, which include KTBC. There's also News On for news and weather and lots of local broadcasts. Yeah, for sure. So now that these big companies are buying up these little streaming services, they're really doing a lot of great stuff with them. So Pluto TV has a bunch of local news too. They just added a New York news channel. And yeah, Tubi's owned by Fox, so they're getting all kinds of Fox content in local stations. So definitely don't sleep on these free streaming services. You can get a ton of good content, even some local channels. Jayan says maybe Zoe's playlist could be brought back by Disney. I do think that would be a good fit. I like that for them. We'll see what happens. Deborah said, read today that NBC is back in talks about another season of Manifest. Yeah, NBC and Netflix both, so I'm wondering if they're going to work together on something. All right, Jim says, I like Paramount Plus, but the only thing I don't like is a lot of the older shows. They don't have a lot of the episodes or seasons. So Jim, that is probably just because of licensing deals. So Viacom CBS has probably made licensing deals for a lot of these shows, especially older shows that they've had for a long time. So they are probably licensed out to other services, other companies right now. And the plan is probably to eventually bring them all back to Paramount Plus. So I think if we can stay patient, we'll probably see a lot more content. Joseph says, do you think that Sling TV would ever get the Smithsonian channel? Absolutely. I think that it would belong in one of their add-ons if it's not there already, which I'm assuming it's not since you asked that question. Any news about CNN Plus? We just heard something about CNN Plus not long ago. And of course, the search feature on our site is the worst. So let me see if I can find it. Oh, there it is. Someone must have fixed that for me. I will have to thank our tech people later. Okay, so I will post it over in the chat. The most recent news that we've gotten was from just a couple days ago. CNN's streaming service called, of course, CNN Plus, because everyone loves the plus sign. It's going to launch sometime in very early 2022 in the first quarter. So definitely keep an eye out for that. We don't have a ton of information. What we do know is that they are going to not have the same content as CNN. This is going to be separate, so you won't get like a live stream of CNN. We know that they are going to have some of the same hosts as CNN, and then they're going to have some new people coming in too. But it will not just be a live stream of CNN. Let's see here. Okay, Renee says, when will someone compete with YouTube TV in providing audio description for local live stream TV? That is a great question. I think that Hulu has done a little bit, but not nearly enough. I have, to be honest, not done enough research into audio descriptions, so I will look into that a little bit more, but unfortunately, I don't have an answer for you at the moment. Oh, someone says I froze. Can you guys see me? Can you hear me? Anything? Yikes. I hate it when I freeze. It's the worst. It happened in a meeting today, and of course I was making such a stupid face every time. All right. Where's the post at? I just put it into the chat, but hang on just a second and I'll paste it in here for you again. Zero Dark 35 says, anyone experience having to reconnect Fire Sticks to your AT&T router? It was an issue for the past few months. This week, no issues. Was there an update recently? So that is a very specific question. So for someone who both has AT&T and a Fire Stick, if anyone has any thoughts about that. Okay, thanks guys. I get nervous anytime anyone says I freeze because I just assume that I'm like making some crazy face and no one can hear me and I'm talking to a void. So thank you, appreciate that. Okay. People are asking about CJ, so for those who are not in the chat every week, there are a group of us who are here every week. CJ, yeah, I think popped into the chat for just a minute. He's also been on Twitter, so I don't think we need to worry about him. What do I think will happen with AT&T TV in the coming months, and would they add NFL Network? I think that AT&T TV has done a pretty good job of collecting regional sports networks. I could see them adding NFL maybe as an add-on or adding it to like the ultimate package, one of the more expensive ones, just because it seems like they really want to have all of those channels once the NFL season starts. We haven't heard anything from them, so I can't confirm anything, but I definitely think it's a possibility. But it would be on one of those more expensive packages for sure. Hey Steve, I have posted the link a few times in the chat. If you can scroll up and look for the Cord Cutters logo, you will see the link to that Olympics post. Oh, the Olympics one. I'm sorry. I was reposting the CNN one, so that's not helpful, is it? Okay, hang on just a second. I'll get that for you. DMS just got the notification. Okay, so it's half an hour in and you're just now getting it. Great. Thanks, YouTube. Do I like violent movies? I don't love them. I will say that violence doesn't bother me as much as the ghost movies. You guys know I hate scary movies. And when I say scary movies, I specifically mean like ghosts. Like The Conjuring, no, absolutely not. Will not watch it ever. But violence doesn't bother me as much. CJ's here, everybody, so no one worry. CJ's in the chat. All right, Blackworm says, now that Discovery and Warner are merging, do you think that Philo will be adding the Turner channels? I don't know. I think that they don't have them because of the cost. I don't think that they would want to do anything that would make them have to raise their price again, since they just did that not too long ago. So that's my thought. I don't think that they will be adding any more channels anytime soon, and not those like big expensive ones anyway. I need to watch the movie The Witch. That sounds like something I would not be interested in. Hey, Mark. Good to see you. Thanks for being here. Yeah, better late than never. Absolutely. Chris says Peacock TV had major issues with Money in the Bank. Yeah, that's what people were saying earlier too. So we know that they're having these issues. We have not heard anything from them about what they're doing to resolve the issues yet. Hopefully something, hopefully soon. But like I said before, my worry now is that people are going to run into troubles with watching Olympics coverage, and that's going to be a mess. I don't know about this witch movie, guys. You're not convincing me. So sorry. This just reminds me of the time when I had to do a live stream in front of the window and you guys kept telling me that you saw a ghost, and man, not the best night. That was not the best night for me. All right, Bill says Philo could be required to add Turner in order to keep the other channels when the contract renews. Yeah, they could. I'm not sure. I'm not sure that they will have contracts like that lump Turner channels in with the others. I'm not sure. I see your point, Bill. I'm just not 100% sure that's going to happen. All right, let's see what I missed up here. Jermaine has a recommendation for everyone, Gunpowder Milkshake on Netflix. Yeah, I watched a trailer for that. It looks great. Definitely on my list. NYC says, speaking of Peacock, I will say that their on-demand user interface is not good at all. Watched House MD on both Amazon Prime and Peacock. Prime is so much better. I don't know, guys. I think that if Peacock wants to succeed, they will have to focus on something like sports to set them apart, or they will have to have some original and exclusive content that people are just dying to watch. All right, Luke has a prediction for 2022 already. 10 new streaming services, all with plus in the name. Luke, I have to tell you that people have really been gunning for me to change the name of this Wednesday night Q&A to Jess Plus or Q&A Plus. I don't know about all this. I hate the plus sign. I hate it so much. Yeah, G-Money says that might happen before the year is up. Completely true. How many have we seen? There's now a documentary plus. So many, guys. So many. Jose says, The Witch stars the actors from The Queen's Gambit. Okay, point. And the trailer is terrifying. Point minus. So I just don't think I can do it, guys. Yeah, everyone's saying 10 is not enough, Luke. I think we're going to see more like 20, 30. Okay, Steve, Jeff has an answer for you. Thank you for looking this up, Jeff. He says, I did look something up for you. While Plex does not have its own DVR per se, you can connect your HD home run or Tableau to it. And I know other people here do that, so if anyone else wants to chime in with any advice about that, please do. I don't know. I don't think, well, we could change the name, but one of our graphics guys made me that really cool logo, and I just don't want to change it, so sorry. All right. Blackworm says Prime is great. Peacock needs to spend more money on bandwidth or something. Yeah, I was hoping that they would kind of work out all of those glitches and things after launch because, of course, whenever you're a new service, there are bound to be some problems. But it looks like they are just running into more and more problems. Yeah, Q&A plus. Perfect, guys. I don't have an answer for this, but maybe somebody else does, or if anyone wants to look it up. CA America says, when is the new Casey Anthony documentary coming to Netflix? I actually haven't heard of this, which is weird because I love true crime. I would definitely watch that. But if anyone knows, please leave it in the chat. Yeah, CJ, great point. CJ says Quibi might have survived a little longer if they had a plus sign in the name. You might be right. Quibi Plus. I don't know. I was kind of pulling for Roku to just call it Quibi Plus whenever they acquired the content, but Roku originals are fine too, I guess. All right, Sydney says, fortunately, the streaming issues with Peacock's feed during Money in the Bank occurred during the intros and not during the match itself. Still a bad look for Peacock. Yeah, for sure. I mean, I'm sure that people started watching it, and whenever they saw that happen before it even got started, they were probably pretty turned off by that. So, agree with you. I would just hate to see it happen during the Olympics because I think people are going to get very upset. Yeah, Jeff, of course. Thank you so much for finding all of this info for everybody. I really appreciate the help. It's great. You've all joked about being my assistants before, but really, this is great. All right, Joseph says, I think Fubo will lose people after taking the A&E channels off. Yeah, they definitely did, and we did have people reach out about where to watch those channels. We have a post up, I think, about 5 places to watch the A&E channels. So they are available on other streaming services. For Fubo, we're assuming that they're now going to add back those Turner channels, which for them makes a lot of sense. So Fubo is, and always has been, a very sports-focused streaming service. So for them, the Turner channels just make a lot more sense. We are, like I said, expecting those to probably come back, but nothing has been confirmed by Fubo yet. So just kind of some speculation from me and others around the internet. But yeah, we're thinking that that's probably why they took the A&E channels away, was to free up some budget to get those channels back. Jose says maybe they can give a discounted rate for bundling all the Plus services together. Yeah, that would be wild. That would be such a good merger acquisition situation if they all just gave up and lumped themselves together and just called it Plus. I would subscribe. Oh, Tanuki found your Apple TV remote. I thought of you all week after you kept talking about this last week that you lost your remote. I was very concerned for you, so I'm happy to hear that. Thanks for the update. NYC says, the one thing I like with Fox Corporation is not only that they have Tubi TV, but they continue to license out their entertainment content to Hulu. Yeah, I think that they have a really good thing going right now. It probably helps that Tubi TV is a free streaming service. They're making all of that advertising money, which is great for them, but then they're also continuing to make their money by licensing out content instead of keeping it all in their own one little streaming service and not letting anyone else have it, which looks like it's not really working out for others at the moment. Chris says Philo has the A&E channels. Yeah, a bunch of them do. So Hulu still has them, YouTube TV still has them. So definitely other places to find them, but a tough situation for Fubo customers who love having all that sports content, but then also want those entertainment channels. I know it was kind of an all-in-one for a lot of people, so definitely frustrating, but there are other places to watch them. Raymond says, having a service with all the RSNs wouldn't really matter unless you order the sports packages to watch any live games. I guess we're kind of waiting to see what happens with the RSNs. I'm interested to see what Sinclair ends up doing after all these rumors and little bits and pieces of information we've gotten about Sinclair's direct-to-consumer plans. We are all just kind of waiting and watching to see what happens, if this direct-to-consumer plan is going to work out or if they are going to try to get back on streaming services. All of the RSNs are just asking for so much money. So yeah, it's definitely a bit of a mess. And of course, now we're coming up on NFL season, so people are going to have some questions about how all of this is going to go. All right, we have an answer from FX 2020. You can watch Casey Anthony in American Murder Mystery on Hulu Plus or Discovery Plus. Okay. Or you can rent or purchase on iTunes, Amazon Instant Video, Voodoo, or Google Play. Thank you for that answer. Super helpful. All right, I've definitely missed some comments. Sorry, I'm just trying to scroll around over here and see what I missed. Blackworm says, Tubi is great. They've been adding lots of good anime lately. You know what? I've been super impressed with all of the free streaming services lately. Pluto is still adding a bunch. I was happy to see them add another live news channel. I thought that was a great addition. Tubi is adding stuff. Always good to see. Plex has been adding a bunch of stuff too. Good stuff. All right, Jeff says, hey Jess, I told Luke that your hatred of the Plus services could be more than Ohio State versus Michigan. Whoo! As an Ohio resident, and we all know that Luke is from Michigan, I just don't know. I should not have even read that comment out loud. Shouldn't have done it. Shouldn't have opened up that can of worms. Is there going to be a Fox Plus? Oh gosh, I hope not. No more Plus? No more Plus services. I'm calling it off. I'm putting an end to it right now. Someone give me a judge gavel. Have I watched Schmigadoon on Apple TV Plus? I remember you once saying that you like musicals. I do, Michael. Thank you for remembering that. Yeah, loved Hamilton, loved In the Heights. I am a musical fan. I have not watched it, and I have heard of it, but haven't even watched trailers or anything. So hold, please. Let me just make a little note about that so I don't forget to watch it. Let's see here. Yeah, lots of people talking about the RSNs. Hang on, let me see this. CJ says, Sinclair has been smoking ganj if they think that they'll get people to subscribe to their RSNs for $23 a month. That's sheer madness. Yeah, I'm gonna have to agree. So I feel like I'm gonna get myself in trouble whenever I am talking to you guys and just being very honest with my opinions. But I agree. I think $23 a month is a bit steep. We will have to wait and see what happens. Sinclair has come out and said that's all hearsay. We have never said $23 a month. We were not planning on $23 a month. But then they did not give any additional details. There was no follow-up. So what is it then? We have no idea. We don't know exactly when this is going to come out. We don't know exactly what content it's going to include. My fear is kind of that they are going to try to do what was the one? The Weather Channel's new streaming service, where people just want the Weather Channel, but they want to add all of these other channels and all of this entertainment content that people aren't looking for, and that's how they're jacking up the price. I think that's what's going to happen with Sinclair too. I'm afraid that they're going to try to make it something bigger than it needs to be. They're going to try to put in all this additional content, and then they're going to say that's how they're justifying the cost. So I hope that they don't do that. I really hope they don't do that. Sinclair, if you're watching, please don't do that. But that is kind of my fear. And as soon as I heard about that price point, I wondered if that was going to be the case. So nothing has been confirmed that we know of just yet, so we will just kind of wait and see what they choose to do with all of this. Yeah, DMS says Pittsburgh Steelers plus just for me. Nope, absolutely not. Give me a Browns plus and maybe I'll think about it. Maybe. What do I think of the Roku stream bar? I'm really liking it. So I had their original sound bar and I've done a review over on Quirketers News about it. I had the stream bar and the subwoofer and the 2 wireless speakers, and I really liked it. I felt like it gave me a good surround sound experience. Keep in mind that I live in an apartment, so it's not like I have a huge space to fill, but I really liked it a lot. And then I upgraded to the smaller stream bar, just because for any of you who have seen Philip and I do our video about what we're watching, you saw my whole setup where my TV is. I just don't have a ton of space over there, so I wanted the smaller version, and I really like it a lot. So I would recommend it. Oh, that reminds me, if you guys haven't already, on our YouTube channel, after you're done watching this, and it's actually listed in my recommended videos right now, Philip and I did a video together called What We're Streaming at Cord Cutters News. So both he and I talked about the streaming devices that we're using, what streaming services we're subscribed to, what we're watching, things that we want to watch. So it was just kind of a fun little video to make. So if anyone's interested in checking that out, it is on our YouTube channel. Okay, let's see. Edinburgh Plus. Yeah, definitely. I don't know that I would want to subscribe something that was for my alma mater. I loved my time there. I just don't really need to see the Fighting Scots all the time. Although if it had like live bagpipe music all the time, that might be great. Okay, Keith says, been kind of shopping for a Roku TV, haven't had a TV in eons since the antennas were done away with. Yeah, if you're looking for a Roku TV, lots of options in every single price range you could imagine. I will say, and you can see it again in that video, I have a TCL Roku TV, not a huge one, but the perfect size for that space. And I have had that thing for 2 years now. I have not had any issues with it at all. A couple of times it has done something weird where it just like disconnects me from my Wi-Fi or something, but really just no major problems. So it was very affordable. Highly recommend. I think about it on Black Friday, so something to keep in mind. If you are looking for a TV, I would definitely recommend waiting until Black Friday. And of course, as always, I will be sharing Black Friday deals all day. Oh, Jermaine, yeah, I saw it was either you or someone else asked this earlier, and I'm sorry I missed it. Is Philip excited about Netflix providing video game content in the future? So I sent him a message. He's actually out this week. I sent him a message as soon as I saw that Netflix tried to like slide a little information about that into their quarterly earnings report or their letter to shareholders the other day. I sent Philip a message right away and said, they finally said something about it. I think that he's excited but more curious about how they're going to do this. So Netflix says that they aren't trying to make a new service. They're not trying to reinvent anything. They're just trying to provide more stuff for their subscribers, but they're still just focused on being Netflix. So really interesting. I'm not really sure how it's going to go, but they did say in that letter, I have the whole quote over on the post on Cord Cutters News, but they did say that it's not going to cost anything extra for subscribers to get this, at least not right now. Of course, that could and probably will change in the future, but yeah, it's nice that they are going to at least start it out by just letting everyone have it. So I don't know, what do you guys think? Would you be interested in seeing any gaming content from Netflix? Let me know. All right, Frayden, yeah, you are super late. We only have a few more minutes to go, but we're glad that you're here. Thanks for being here. Yeah, so a couple of people were asking about Philip's daughter. She has a rare disease called Batten disease, and if you are curious about that, you can find Philip over on Twitter, and he does a lot of tweeting about all of that. So yes, that is why he is out right now. Someone asked about Space Jam, and to be honest, I can't even believe I'm saying this, haven't watched it yet. I was really excited, and then I started reading reviews, and it made me very sad. So I have not gotten a chance to watch it yet. People said it was terrible, and now, man, it's just gonna be disappointing. So yeah, I'll probably watch it this weekend. I'll be back next week with my whole review on it. It's probably just going to be me saying I'm sad that it wasn't better, but we'll see. I mean, LeBron's in it, so of course I'll watch it. But what did you guys think? Who else has watched it? Mark says, really enjoyed your Zoom conference with Philip. Thank you so much. We have so much fun filming those videos. And I think he appreciates that he doesn't have to just sit and talk by himself for that long, which I know can be kind of frustrating when you're just sitting talking to your computer. So I don't know. We always have fun making them, so I'm glad that you guys enjoy them. Keith says, oh no, you went to Best Buy looking for help picking out a TV and they just pointed at the TVs. I'm so sorry. So I will be sharing lots of deals, especially around Black Friday, Cyber Monday. And then I'm sure that Philip will have some suggestions too. He is much better at the more technical stuff than I am with like reviews and looking at specs and things. I'm more like, I want a Roku TV. That's in my budget. Perfect. So I'll try to make sure that Philip has some input on which TVs are the best value, which ones have everything that you're looking for. Man, I'm so sorry that Best Buy was so unhelpful. That's really disappointing. Jeff says, oh, okay, so on Twitter you said that you had received the YouTube TV Chromecast deal. Yeah, if you're a YouTube TV subscriber, definitely keep an eye out for an email about a free Chromecast or TiVo Stream 4K, because they are giving them out. All right, so Keith is looking for a TV, a Roku TV specifically, 40 to 50 inches, sooner than November. Depending on your budget, I really do recommend those TCL Roku TVs. They are budget friendly, and like I said, I've had no issues. Yeah, Keith, exactly. So that's what I do. I really kind of get something in my mind of what I think I might like, and then I just am looking for something that's in my budget. So, well, if you don't want to wait until November, I will try and find some older posts that we've done about TVs and send them your way. If you want to email me anytime, I'm jess@cordcuttersnews.com. I'm also on Twitter @JessTypes. If you want to send me a tweet to remind me to give you suggestions, please do. I know, I'm not trying to rush summer away, but I am looking forward to Black Friday just because there are so many good deals. So whenever someone tells me that they are in the market for something expensive, I really just want to tell them to wait because there are about to be so many good deals. All right. Yeah, everyone's saying the Best Buy customer service is not the best. Yeah, I think I would probably agree with that, but we are here to help, so people here have some good suggestions. Okay, we have time for just a couple more questions if anyone else has anything. Okay, people were saying don't listen to the reviews, go ahead and watch Space Jam. Yeah, I will definitely watch it. Like I said, LeBron's in it, so I have to watch it. Plus, I love the first Space Jam movie, so I will definitely check it out this weekend. All right, Chris says CBSN added CBSN Sacramento. Oh, on June 16th, the local news comes from KOVR and KMAX. I didn't know that. Let me make a quick note about that. I was posting about that for quite a while and then didn't see anything from them for a while. So I will definitely look into that. Thank you. All right, guys, I think we're going to go ahead and wrap it up here. Thank you all so much for coming back and hanging out with me again tonight for, Cord Cutters News Plus. Yep, that's what we're calling this now. That's what this is. So thank you all for hanging out with me tonight, and I will see you all next week. Bye.